Hello, welcome back. I'm Rujaso again, and this is Garlips again. Go ahead.
Thank you, Rajasa. Yes, it's me again. It's Garlips. You didn't have enough of me before, so I'm back again. This is a game called Gregory Horror Show. This is a much better game than Casper Scare School, in my humble opinion. It's based on an animation from the early 2000s, although most people in sort of North America and Canada know the maker of Gregory Horror Show for an animation called Piccola, which apparently was big in Canada. I'm not sure. But anyway, Gregory Horror Show is a delightfully Japanese game about stealing souls from people and handing them back to death, but it's all done in under the very cartoony, cubist kind of like kawaii style. And you'll see that as we get started here. So I will count us in. So time begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Unfortunately, it is a crime. I will be skipping all of the FMVs in this game. So, but don't worry, if you like what you see, you really should hunt down a copy of this. And it's quite a rare and expensive game, so if, again, you feel like you need some help in that regard, just reach out and I can assist. So, this is Neko Zombie. They are our neighbor in this hotel. We were wandering late in the woods at night, we were lost, we were confused, and in the darkness we found a hotel. Gregory Hotel, run by Gregory Mouse. Now, we've escaped from reality to this kind of purgatorial place where, everything's a bit strange and weird, but also kind of comforting and scary. But we've decided we want to get back to reality. So what we're going to do, we see Death in our dreams, and Death says to us, if you can bring back all of the lost souls that have got lost in that hotel, I will show you the way back to reality. So, what follows is a delightful 24-hour, 7-day cycle game where you spy on people and you work out the way that you need to find like items and what have you to steal the soul from them and return it to Death. And that's how the game goes. Right, Gregory's just opened this door here, so we're going to sneak through past him. He's actually quite fast. I hope I can get to the door in time.
No?
Oh no, I knew it. He was... Right, okay.
No?
This is not great, but don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Right, I just need him to go away. So I'm going to give him a good old nudge up the corridor here. I should have got... Go away, Gregs. Go away, Gregs. Yeah, that's it. Off you trot. Right, okay.
No?
Oh my goodness. So this doesn't usually happen,
No?
and that's why I'm having problems here. But that's okay. I'm just waiting for him to clear his field of vision or whatever. Right, here we go. Right. Usually, you're ahead of him enough that you can open that door, but for some reason, that wasn't happening for me. But it's okay. We can recover from this. So, Neko Zombie introduces us to the hotel, its guests, and the systems that we have to face. Basically, Neko Zombie is like a nice little tutorial that we're skipping through at the speed of light. I will explain everything. So basically, here Neko Zombie is teaching us the art of peeking. You can peek through door holes and spy on people. What we're going to do here is we spy on Neko Zombie, and Neko Zombie reveals that their favorite dessert is something that's not cold and is sweet. And then asks us to guess what it is. And based on what we found out while we were spying on them, we find out that it's chocolate. Well, we guess that it's chocolate because all of the other options don't fit. Neko Zombie is going to give us their soul because they're not fussed about it. But most of the other guests in the hotel are very attached to their souls and will be very angry with us when we steal them. So, Neko Zombie is now going to tell us to go to sleep in our room and hand over the soul to Death, which is what we're going to do. So, skip that. I think it should actually teleport us to our bedroom. Yeah, here we go. And we're about to meet Death for the first time. We would have met him in an FMV, but I skipped it. So, Death appears to us in our dreams. Here he is. Come on now. Give it up. Throw away all them worries. Oh, it's you. I've run this at Marathon quite a few times now, and every time people say, why is Death Swedish? And the answer is, we don't know exactly, but the thesis is that there's a very famous film called The Seventh Seal, which is a Swedish film, and it's probably the most famous depiction of death in cinema, It's the black and white Death on the Beach playing chess, which was, of course, parodied in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. That's where most people know it from. So that's the current theory as to why Death is Swedish, but, I mean, I need to ask Naomi Iwata myself, but I don't speak Japanese. Anyway, this is Catherine. Catherine is the next guest that we're going to steal the soul of. She's a giant pink lizard. She's a nurse. She's very good at her job. And her passion is phlebotomy, which is the art of taking blood. She has her own syringe, which is quite big. And she's going to make our job hard by running away. She's already wise to us that we're going to steal her soul. So we need to work out exactly how best to steal Catherine's soul. But don't worry. Here comes a really big clue in size 100 font.
This is so awesome.
This is James. Also, these cutscenes are unskippable, that's why we're watching them. James, you nasty child! Stop throwing your garbage on the floor! I've seen this about 100 times.
Someone stepped on it.
Not even joking. I love this game.
Where's that brat? James!
Off he runs.
The one who has to clean up all of your messes.
So, the eagle-eyed detectives amongst you will have worked out that banana skin on floor equals dangerous. And if you are spying on Catherine or people talking about Catherine, you find out that, well, you don't find out, it's more that you come to the conclusion that Catherine's eyes are on the sides of her head, so her frontal vision is kind of rubbish. She has no frontal vision. And as such, when she is walking, she can't see what's in front of her. In fact, I think she makes a remark like, if someone put something in front of me, I would just walk straight into it. So obviously, I'm cutting out a lot of the detective work here. But in a casual play, what you would do is you would spy on her, you would spy on other people, you would follow them around the hotel and watch them through keyholes, and you would work out that that's what you needed to do. Don't worry, by the time you go play this casually, you'll probably have forgotten most of the solutions, so you really can have a good time playing through this game. I highly recommend it. There's also an emulator bug, where the audio kind of like, the last part of the audio repeats or cuts off. You might notice it later on when people are talking, so if you hear something that sounds a bit weird when it comes to the dialogue, that's what's happening. It's an emulator bug. I don't think that should stop you from playing the game, even if emulator is your only choice. Probably now is a good time to plug the fact that I also on my channel have a full playthrough of the game with all of the lore and all of it explained, so you can go watch that if you're not able to get hold of the game. Right, here's the second soul, it's Catherine's. We are actually now going to go to sleep, but we're not going to hand this soul over to Death, and there's a reason for that. Well, there are two reasons why you wouldn't hand a soul over to Death. In casual play, the reason why you wouldn't hand over a soul to Death is... Oh, hang on. Catherine's on the warpath.
Gone! It's gone! My soul, it's gone!
That kid must have taken it.
Now I'm really angry.
So, once you've stolen a character's soul, they will chase you if they see you. And if you're carrying a soul, they will steal it back, and you will have to commit the same acts that you did to steal it in the first place all over again. Also, we're now introduced to the mental gauge. That is like a health bar that basically degrades over time. So the more you're awake, the more it goes down. You have to either consume items to replenish it, or go to sleep. And you can make it longer by reading books.
Right. No judgment.
We're going to skip Judgment Boy's intro, but don't worry, you'll meet Judgment Boy in a moment. Right, so, two reasons why you wouldn't hand over a soul. The one in casual play is because while you're holding onto a soul, your health bar degrades slower. So there's a risk-reward. Carrying around a soul means you could get caught with that soul. But it also means that your health is degrading less over time. The other reason, and the reason why for speedrunners, is because we don't want to watch this animation of handing over souls twice. So we're not going to hand it over right now. We're going to hold on to it, because that is quicker than handing him a soul now and handing him a soul in a minute. we'll hand him 2 souls in a minute. It's very complicated. Also, I love this bit where Gregory takes his glasses off for a second. It's so good.
Well then, better start getting
Yes,
ready.
so we're about to have another guest introduced. That is Judgment Boy. Judgment Boy is obsessed with hypothetical situations. He'll present you with a situation, and he'll ask you to choose between the very obvious money option or the very obvious love option. And even if you choose what you think is the love option, he will think that you took the money and ran, right? You did the bad thing. Here he is now, Judgment Boy.
Judgment!
Do you know my name? Judgment! Like I told you, it's very Japanese. So, also, you might have wondered why my character's called X. That's because I just need a name that's one character long because it loads quicker. That's the only
Whoever
reason.
wants my help, just bring a symbol of your problem. I'll give you one of my special judgments.
Judgment!
Judgment!
Right, so, Judgment Boy will only believe us that we pick the right and true virtuous option in his hypothetical situations if we present him with something that proves that we are trying to be a better person. That means we need a self-help book. Now, the only way to find a self-help book is to find Gregory's pornography. Yes, Gregory Mouse has a pornographic book. We've just picked it up from Catherine's room. Don't know why it's in Catherine's room. Don't ask me, I don't want to think about it. But Gregory is going to see us with his book, and he's going to confiscate it. He's going to lambaste us at the same time and say that we're actually really bad people.
You don't. Would be what?
He will confiscate it, and then gleefully run off to the storeroom,
No,
have some alone time.
I'm sure a
Because,
little
he's-
reading will make
he's a
all
dirty
your
old mouse.
worries Melt away.
Wait, whoa, what's happened? It's frozen.
Now then.
Oh my goodness, that was scary. I'm so glad that fixed itself. I don't know why that happened. Today is interesting, huh? So off he goes. He's going to have fun. But he also told us to sort our life out because we're walking around with pornography. Which, you know, no judgments, Gregory, come on. But at the same time, it means that we can now pick up a self-help book in the library, which is what we're going to do. Oh my god, James is in the way. This is like the trolliest run ever. Get out of the way, James.
What are you doing?
Get out of the way. Right, there we go. The only way I could get him to move was to talk to him. He likes to follow you around, which is cute, I guess, but we haven't got time for that. We're on a speed run, James. Yeah, he's lost us. That's fine. So, we have our self-help book. We're now going to go and talk to Judgment Boy. He's going to present us with that hypothetical situation, and he'll believe us when we pick the right option. But I have to be careful I don't hammer through and pick the wrong option. So, you can spam the dialogue real quick, but you've got to be careful not to do it too quickly.
So, what do you do?
Just try and stop me. There it is.
Judgment!
Here we go.
Yes, you bravely.
And that's the truth. See ya. Right, so here's Judgment Boy's soul. It's the 3rd soul so far that we've collected. Wonderful stuff. Now, there are a couple of guests that will not be antagonistic to you. So you take their soul, and then later on, if they see you in the hotel, they don't actually do anything to you. But they are few and far between. The general rule is that if they find you, they will submit you to what's called a horror show. Hence, the name of the game, Gregory Horror Show. Now, unfortunately, the crime of this run is that you should hopefully not see any horror shows, because we don't want that to happen. It wastes time, it wastes health, it throws off the day-night cycle that we very carefully follow, like, almost to the minute. So... Oh, hang on. Wrong one. There we go. Aww. Gotta keep my little friend Gregory safe. Awesome, Devon Lass. Thank you.
Throw away all them worries.
But if there's time at the end, I might show you one horror show. I think if we get a good run, I should come in underestimate by a few minutes. Now, we will give those minutes up so that the next run can get started. But maybe we'll take, like, one of them for us and we'll have a horror show. Maybe I'll show you Catherine's horror show. It's worth it, trust me, because they are great. And they inflict heavy psychological damage, which is why we're definitely going to avoid them on the run. Boom, boom. There we go. 2 more souls for the old stamp card. Skip the FMV. Here's one of my favourite lines in the entire game.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. Fantastic. Right, we can now go upstairs in the hotel. I guess. I mean, yes, I have to go upstairs in a minute, but we're not going to be upstairs very long. Right, skip FMV. So, next up, what we need to do is we are going to head to Gregory Horror Shop. Gregory has a little shop in the main lobby, and what he does is he trades you for items in there. There's no money in this game, but you can collect items, and those items have a star value, up to 5 stars.
Welcome.
And you can trade things for other things. So we need the doll. And we are going to trade sedative, spring water, laughing shrooms. There we go. Boom. So, this doll belongs to Lost Doll. Lost Doll is a little girl who has lost her doll and is very upset about it. She's crying. But she's also got a kind of Voldemort situation where, like, there's an evil version of her on the back of her head, and that has got, like, a really scary face, and the doll she's looking for is technically the doll on the back of her head. See, it's terrifying. But now we found a doll for her, she will move out of the way of her room, and we can head inside and take the soul. Fantastic. There it is. Boom. Next up, it is a character called Cactus Gunman. Cactus Gunman is, well, he's a cactus, and he's from the Wild West. Yeah, the name is quite, it tells you everything you need to know. We're just going to grab some herbs from in here, and then we're going to go back downstairs. Now, he is in the nurse's office right now, which is Catherine's workplace. So Catherine will be in there, and so will Cactus Gunman. Now, the way to scare Cactus Gunman into giving you his soul is that he's paranoid. He's very paranoid. Everyone's out to get him. So, what we're going to do is we're going to knock on his door, and then we're going to run away.
What could this be?
He's going to come out with Catherine, and he's going to say, "It takes more than one knock to scare me."
Don't scare me like that.
Here's Judgment Boy, by the way. He comes to the end of the corridor, then turns around and goes back. I don't know why. It's on his schedule, I guess. Right, so here's the second time. Catherine's not bothered, by the way. She'll come out and look 100 times and not be bothered. But Cactus Gunman starts to get a little bit scared now. Go on, Catherine. Oh, wow. She usually goes in at the same time as him. That's a bit weird. Right, anyway. There we go. Third time's the charm. So, Cactus Gunman's going to come out and run away scared.
Who's out to get me? Who are you? Who are...
Off he goes. Catherine goes through the door. The second she starts opening the door, you can run and grab the soul. Anytime that someone is going downstairs, upstairs, or into a door or out of a door, they can't interact with you. So if she'd seen me, she would be chasing after me right now. But because she didn't see me, because she was transitioning into another room. Does that make sense? It's kind of like that, basically. We'll be abusing that later, actually. I'll remind you of that later on with a different character. So, now we need to trade for more things. So we're going to trade for a thing called the Fruit of Time. We need 3 of these. So, we also need another one. We're going to trade this one for that one. And then we are going to trade for one more. And we're going to go 1 and 1, like that. Perfect. Right. Fruits of time, they kind of do what you would expect them to do. If you eat them, time will advance. Okay, I can't remember if it's... I think it's something like 3 hours or 4 hours, or something like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to get the soul of Mummy Papa and Mummy Doll. They're both hypochondriacs who think that they have health problems all the time. Except they do because they have giant meat cleavers in their heads. Don't worry, they're going to be asleep when you meet them, so don't worry about that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to use the 3 fruits of time. So that they will be asleep when we get there. So here's one. Now, you'll notice that when I use the fruit of time, my health bar goes down. And that's because time is passing, just as it would normally, and you lose health while you pass time. And you might be saying to yourself, Garlips, it looks like your health bar's completely gone there. And you would be correct. If I unpaused the game right now, I would game over. But because we've got a herb, we just pop a green herb and unpause. Ta-da! Perfect. New fashion in hats. What, meat cleavers? It's a bit intense, but yeah, sure. So, they're asleep right now. You might be able to see the meat cleavers in their heads as I pass by them. We're picking up some secret items because we need them. And we're going to grab this soul. Now, if you've been counting, that means we've got 3 souls, which is the maximum you can hold at once anyway. So we're now going to go to death and hand them over, and we'll begin the next night. Each night, you have 3 souls, and once you've handed them over, you unlock the next night. For the most part. I mean, sometimes it's a bit different, but that's pretty much what happens. So, we're done with this evening, and we'll move on to the next one. Here's our room just coming up here. Boom, and we're now back on schedule. So any kind of like glitches and things that might have meant my time was a bit messed up on the 24-hour clock, we should now be back in line with what it should be.
Come on now, give it up.
He says.
Throw away all that worry.
Hoping. Right, so we're just gonna hammer X to get through this. Because we got 3 souls, he's not even gonna ask us, he's just gonna take them. Oh, he does ask us. Okay, but anyway, the answer is yes. He stamps our card for us, and we move on to the 3rd night.
Good luck there, buddy.
Good luck there, buddy.
Do we have any time for donation?
Oh, yes, we absolutely do. Please do cut in.
We got $20 from Pumpkin Blades saying, "Go Garlips, go Garlips, go, go, go."
Pumpkin Blades may or may not be married to me. Thank you, Pumpkin Blades. Please do get your donations in, by the way, if you can. If you're in a position to, please entertain it, because it's a really good cause. So, Gregory right now is unlocking the basement for us. We're going to head down there in just a few moments, once we've skipped some FMVs. The next guests are TV Fish, Hell Chef, and Roulette Boy. So what we're going to do first of all is we need to go to Gregory's shop for some stuff. So we're going to go there first. We need a battery, and we need another fruit of time. So, first things first. Let's do that. So, sundries, battery, and I should have a 2-item and a 3-item here. Perfect. And then we also need, whoa, complete brain fart. What do I need? Oh, fruit of time, fruit of time. Wow. Come on, Garlips. It's late where I am, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to do some groundwork for Hell Chef. Hell Chef is making a pot of stew in the kitchen. And what we need to do to really annoy him is to just dump a load of garbage in it. So we're just going to pick up a bunch of random garbage, including some secret stuff that you knock on walls to find. And then we're gonna do about half of it now, or maybe like 3/4 of it now. And then we're going to come back later and dump some more stuff in, so to finish it off. But we do this prep work first because you can only hold so many items at once. Right, so let's dump all of this stuff in. In it goes. Hell Chef is a giant candle, by the way, a giant sentient candle that's lit. He's an interesting fellow. You'll see him later, don't worry. I understand a lot of this run is telling you about characters that you barely see, but, you know, you will see some of them, don't worry. There are large and skippable cutscenes, as you've seen, that we can't avoid. Right, so that's the groundwork done for Hell Chef. You might see him actually outside while we go past. Yep, there he is. Off he goes. He's a very angry individual. He's got Chef Ramsay energy, if you ever watched Hell's Kitchen. He's got that kind of vibe going on. Right, we're going to grab this map. We're going to grab these eye drops. Head through here. Roulette Boy is probably here. Yep, there he is. But he's going to run away because we don't have what we need to talk to Roulette Boy yet. Roulette Boy is obsessed with games and fun and roulette. And he wants us to play his roulette game. But only once we've found his dice, or his die. So we're going to go find that. It's on basement floor level 3. We're on 1 right now. There are shortcuts that you can use to, well, you have to open them up first, but then once you've opened them up, you can jump between floors of the basement really easily. But it's actually faster for us to just walk where we need to go than to find the shortcuts and unlock them. Apart from one, on the bottom floor. There's a shortcut on the 3rd basement floor that actually puts us back at the top, the ground floor. And that's a really handy shortcut. Right, this is a speed up, so we're just going to pop this right now. Makes us run faster. We're also going to put the batteries in the remote that we just found. We need that for the 3rd guest of this night, called TV Fish. TV Fish is really straightforward in terms of getting his soul, so I'll explain that when we get there. So, now you know what 3 guests we're working on and roughly what we need to do to get their souls. This is the 3rd floor basement. We're just going to grab a banana, which is over here in the corner. Yoink. Gotta have potassium, you know, it's important. Right, here's the shortcut for the 3rd floor basement, which we're going to open. Now, Gregory Horror Show is one of these games that, I love it. I loved it since it came out. I bought it in 2003 when it came out, okay? It's been with me for a long period of my life, 20 years. Fantastic game. But the run is, well, the run is very, like, what's the word? Like, to the minute prescribed. So basically, we're following a very, grab it please, thank you. We're following a very rigid kind of like schedule. And if you, if something goes wrong, or someone's where they're not supposed to be, it can kind of throw the whole run into the bin, basically. It's rip run. So I do have some saves, and if, you know, we enter into a scenario where everything is messed up and the run is over, I will use those saves, I call them safety saves, to make sure that we can finish the run for you today. But it wouldn't be a legitimate run at that point for, you know, speedrun.com or what have you. Oh, I need the dice out. There it is. Right. So, and one of the reason why I'm talking about this is because one of the major reasons this game is so reset heavy and bad luck oriented is because we're about to play Mario Party. How many of you love Mario Party? Against the CPU? No? Not many of you? Oh dear. Yes, I can feel that. But, so what we're going to do is we're about to play a board game now. You like Mario Party against the CPU? Well done, Chex, because I can't do it to myself, not anymore. They always cheat. Right, so we're on board number... Oh, okay, we're on board number 1, which is the least trolley board, so that's good luck to begin with. Okay, great. Right, so what we do is I'm going first because I rolled the highest number. What you have to do is you either have to make Gregory's health go down to 0, or you have to get to the end of the board. So we want to roll an 8 here. A 7's acceptable.
Forward 7 squares.
Yep. See, that's the thing, Rajasu, because like you could be having the best run ever, and then Roulette Boy can just completely take it from you. It's happened to me before. In fact, when I was practicing this on Thursday for the marathon, I lost Hell's Roulette for the first time in about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 runs. I was shocked. Oh, he's on the same square as me. Nice. Well done, Gregs. You always got to copy me. Gregory cheats. Gregory cheats a lot. But hopefully, from the fact that we know things about the way the game works and the board works, that we can kind of still come out on top. This is one of my first safety saves, though. If we lose Hell's Roulette, I will have to load a safety save. So let's just hope that we win Hell's Roulette really quickly. That should be a 7 or an 8. Right. I used W up, which means we get 14 squares instead of 7, which is great. That puts us right out in front. It gets us across half the board. Fantastic. I've got a green herb. That's fine, I guess. I've got another W up. That's better. Right, I landed on a bomb, but you know what? That's fine. It's just a little bit of damage. It's just a little bit of damage. Right, so what is Gregory going to do? Here he comes. He's going to cheat now. You watch. It's Greg. He always cheats. 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a safe square. And you may be wondering how I know that, because I'm looking at an Excel file that Speedword, who is the pioneer of this run, he's a great guy, Speedword, invented, that's basically shows us the entire board, all of the squares on the board. So I can look at a glance where I'm aiming for in terms of spaces from where I am. Now, I need 14, so if I can roll a 16 with an 8, I win. Oh, so wait, 14. It might still be enough. It might be enough. In which case, this was a fairly successful Hell's Roulette, because we didn't really have any problems. Is it enough, though? Because it might be 14 squares to the last space. It might be 14 squares to the end, I'm not sure. We did it! That's a really fast Hell's Roulette. I'm going to try and buck up my ideas now, because this could potentially be a PB for me. That was probably the best Hell's Roulette I've ever had. So thanks for the good RNG in the chat. It clearly worked. Holy moly. Right, this run's got legs, as I like to say. Right, so we now have a soul from Roulette Boy. And we're going to leave. Next up is TV Fish, but first what we need to do is we need to pop this Fruit of Time. We are going to eat a red herb, because our health is pretty bad. And we're going to run to where TV Fish's place where he's hiding. TV Fish actually floats around the basement usually, but we're actually going to go to a place where you can make TV Fish appear at any point in time. And we're also going to unlock this nifty shortcut. For those of you who are paying attention, this is right in front of the nurse's office where we were before. So we've got a nice nifty little shortcut now. Right, so up to TV Fish. TV Fish, we can access him in the bar by knocking on the jukebox. So knocking is a thing that you can do as well as peeking. You can make noise that way, attract people, or you can knock on doors to make them come out. You saw with Cactus Gunman. Right, so equip my remote, knock on the box, get ready, start shooting. There he goes. And he just drops his soul. TV Fish, much like Judgment Boy, is one of the few other characters that does not hassle you for your soul once you've taken his. Thank you, TV Fish, and we'll be on our merry way. Trot. Now, the only person left for today, as I told you before, is Hell's Chef. So we're going to put the rest of the stuff in the stew, and we are going to, well, make him very mad by doing so. It's also RNG as to how long it takes him to notice the stew. So we're praying today for a real fast notice. We want him to notice almost immediately that the stew has been messed with. Right, so what am I going to dump in here? Banana. Energy drink. That should be it, actually. Right, I'm going to knock on this door, because I feel like it's a placebo effect. It might be placebo, but I feel like if you knock on that door, It makes Hell's Chef notice the stew faster. That's what I feel personally.
Who's been messing with my pot?
Very quick. I've waited there for a minute sometimes.
Is your doing, isn't it?
Oh, the RNG is strong today.
Boil my cooking, will you?
I'll get you for this. I'll turn you into a stew. Yeah, someone's been messing with his pot. Don't mess with Hell's Chef pot. That's all I'll say. Rawr. Right, he's now pacing or running around the ground floor in an anti-clockwise fashion. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all nice and ready over here for him. And the second we see him, we're going to run away and make him chase us into the storeroom. And there's a reason for that. You'll notice very quickly. The storeroom is quite drafty. There is people complain about the storeroom being cold, but there's a big draft coming in. Here he comes. Yeah, once you hear that little noise, you know he's following you. Now I wonder what happens to a candle in the wind. Goodbye, Hell Chef. That's it. We've rendered him unconscious. Now Gregory turns up and he makes us feel bad for about a minute of unskippable cutscene.
Dear, the fire on his head's gone out again.
Wonder who could have done that.
Many times do I have to tell him not to come in here? I presume this is your doing, yes?
Maybe.
Head stops moving when the fire on his head goes out. When that happens, it's up to me to light the fire again. Oh, what a
He's very disappointed in us.
the future. Would you be so kind as to refrain from teasing Chef? Chef? Along, Chef. We're going.
Yeah, sorry, I was letting Devon Lass know. Devon Lass is one of my regulars. Just follow that link, Devon Lass, you'll be fine. Oh, wait, no. Oh, what am I doing? It's alright, it's fine. It's fine. I thought of something, but it's okay. I can leave now and do that later. Just stressing myself out. Right, down the corridor we go. We've got the 3 souls again. We're going to hand them over to death. Simple as that, really. Whee!
Come on now. Give it up.
Hi, Tall Brick.
Away all them worries.
Welcome in. We are playing Gregory Horror Show. And we are handing over 3 souls to death. Here they are. He's going to take them. Boom. And now the next 3 guests are going to be introduced.
Good luck there, buddy.
Yes, well, I mean, technically it is a horror game. I mean, I've always thought about this. Is it like a kid's horror game? Is it like a PG-13 horror game? It's hard to explain. It's very cute, and it's very weird, and it is very horror as well. It's all 3 of those things.
Trying to keep Mama happy.
Here's another unskippable cutscene. Gregory's talking about his mama. We haven't met her yet. We'll meet her later.
It's the guest's fault that I get.
Would this be a good time for a
Mhm.
donation? So we got $50 from, I believe this is from The Amazing Sherlock.
Ooh.
And it says, medicine is just the worst.
Soon enough.
Or is just the worst, I should say.
Yes.
And that brings us to $700. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Sherlock. Yes. Unfortunately, Mummy Papa and Mummy Dog are always at the nurse's office trying to get medicine. In fact, their horror show, they give you a big pill, like a really big pill. We might get to see it. We'll see if there's time at the end. Right. FMV, I'm skipping. It's unfortunate again. But the next guest has arrived. And that guest is Clockmaster. Clockmaster also has a son. His son is called My Son, which is very confusing. I'm not sure if it's a translation error or if, like, They just named him that to be really annoying, but Clockmaster's son is called my son, but my son isn't my son, if you know what I mean. Anyway, my son is messing with the clock in the storeroom. He's trying to fix it. What we're going to do is we're going to steal his screwdriver, because we're mean. We're also going to pick up Gregory's dirty book for later. Right, here we go. Right, we stole the screwdriver. Off we go. What we're going to do now is we're going to find... Oh, hang on. I've noticed it's quite dark for you guys, so I'm going to use the eye drops. That will fix things. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to see Clockmaster, who, being the wonderful father that he is in the bar getting absolutely plastered. By himself, no less, while his son is messing around with dangerous tools and equipment. And we're going to show him that we stole his son's screwdriver. His son being my son, which isn't confusing at all. So, let's get the screwdriver ready. And then we're going to head in here. And we're going to show him that we took it, because we're brazen. We don't care. Heck the rules, am I right? Hey!
Ooh, stop right there!
Isn't that my son's screwdriver? Why did you take it? Perfectly reasonable things to ask. Right. What's going to happen now is Clockmaster is going to chase us, because he's very angry with us. Justifiably, I guess. We did steal his son's screwdriver. Right, so, we're going to run away. Now, Clockmaster has a special skill. He can pause time, so that he can catch up with you. I guess, I've never watched the JoJo's, but I gather that someone in the JoJo's has that ability. Is it Zawarudo? I don't know. Anyway, I need to watch JoJo's. But aside from that, so he paused time once to catch up with us. We're now going to make him pause time twice to catch up with us. Where is he? Oh god, he's behind the desk! That doesn't usually happen. And now, you remember I said earlier about how people can't see you on the stairs? If you go past someone on the stairs, you don't see each other. Okay? You can just pass on the stairs and they can't touch you. It's amazing. Oh, it's a big JoJo's thing. There we go. My information is reliable. Good. And I do need to watch JoJo's. Everyone tells me all the time, every stream. Garlips, watch the JoJo's. I will watch the JoJo's, okay? I promise. At some point. We're also going to steal Clockmaster's watch. Clockmaster has a watch that allows us to travel forward in time 2 hours without the use of a Fruit of Time. So now we don't need Fruits of Time anymore. We can just use his watch, which is free and reusable. Now that we've incapacitated his father, we're going to head back to my son, and we're going to extort the soul from him in exchange for the screwdriver. I told you we were brazen.
Hey, that's
Right,
my
this is now a
screwdriver.
1 minute long unskippable cutscene, so I mean, if there is anything else that you want to say, now is a good
Kids
time.
of my screwdriver. Go teach the brat a lesson.
But if not, it's not a problem.
Yeah, just a reminder that anybody coming in new, we are raising money for RIP Medical Debt, which is a national organization that buys up medical debt from debt collectors for a penny on the dollar and just forgives them, which is pretty awesome, and we love it. And we've raised $700, so that counts for $70,000 of debt that'll be bought up. So we love to see it. We love to see your donations, even if they're just a little bit.
Don't have it.
No, thank you so much. And if you can consider donating, please do, because I mean, that is a massive return on your investment.
Please, pretty please, give it back.
You know?
I'll give you the soul in return. Just don't tell my daddy.
Right.
Daddy.
Okay, he's now going to give us the soul. But he's going to insist that we give over the screwdriver, you know, that we hold up to our end of the bargain.
Then I'll just take the screwdriver.
Okay, kid, I don't care about the screwdriver. You can have it, it's fine. Right, here's the soul. Perfect. Right, we're on to the last guest now. Well, not technically the last guest, but the last one that involves, like subterfuge and spying and things like that. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to head back to our room. We're going to give the soul to Death. and then we're going to go to sleep, and we're going to do some other bits and pieces so that we progress time to a certain point, so that some stuff happens. It's really, really tight timing window. It's the tightest timing window in the entire run, and it's where my second safety save is, and my third, okay? To give you an idea. So, we're going to hand the soul over, and then we're going to just really hope that the timing is good. Because it might mean rip run if it isn't. But I will finish the run, like I said, with a save. What a trade up. Start with a screwdriver and get a soul. Exactly. And I didn't even pay for that screwdriver. I stole it. Fantastic. Right, there we go. Death has another soul. Now we're going to go back to our room. What we're going to do is we're going to read a book. Reading a book increases your health gauge, but it also passes time. A certain amount of time, to be specific. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read a book. Then we're going to use Clockmaster's clock 4 times. So, first read a book. We picked up one book and put it on the bookcase, if you remember. So we're going to read that. Which will increase our gauge and progress a little time. Then we're going to use the stopwatch 4 times. Once, and Garlips has to count. Because Garlips will get it wrong, okay? 2. Count them. Count them with me. 3. And 4. Now we go to sleep again. And then we wake up. And we should be at around 5:30 to 5:45. 5:30, 5:45 in the evening. Now, this is a very specific timing window for several reasons, which I will get into once we get there. Oh, 5:45. Okay, that should be good. What we're going to do is we're going to check through the door hole to make sure Catherine isn't in the corridor. Yep, here she comes. I knew it.
What?
Move faster, Catherine. I need to wait till she's going into her room. It's very important that she's far away. Right, I'm going to go and hope that it's safe. Yes, she's going through her bedroom door. Fantastic. Right, I've got the pornography ready. And I know that's a sentence you don't hear every day. But I'm holding the pornography. We come in here. And we wait. 6 o'clock. 6:01. 6:02. 6:03. And go. Right, Catherine's coming through the door behind us. Hell Chef is going up the stairs. And Gregory is going through this door over here. Now, if you go just a bit too early, you'll bump into Hell Chef. If you go a bit too late, you'll bump into to Catherine. And you will get chased and you will not be able to do it. The reason why we have to be here at this time. Angel Dog likes to watch her football show, her soccer show, at 6 p.m. Okay? Here she is. She's in the TV lounge. And she's going to get very annoyed that we're here. And she's going to run away. We're going to hide behind the couch. Now, what would usually happen is Gregory always comes to clean the TV lounge at 6 p.m. And every time, he argues with Angel Dog because Angel Dog wants to watch her soccer show. But she can't because Gregory's always cleaning. So what do? Well, we know that Gregory is really into the book. Anytime you present him with his he will run off to the and alone time. So, you intercept him en route to the TV lounge, and you present him with the dirty book. He runs off. You come in here. Angel Dog goes away because she doesn't want to be in here with you. But then you hide, and she will come back. Now she's going to go watch her soccer program. And by the way, kids, when you're watching soccer on your TV, please try not to levitate too close to the screen. You should be ideally levitating at least 3 to 4 foot away. Okay? Because otherwise you'll really hurt your eyes while you're levitating. So be careful out there, okay? We're going to grab this soul, and we're going to leave. Mummy Papa is probably in the corridor. Oh, no, he isn't. Fantastic. Right, but even if someone was to chase me at this point, so long as they're behind me, they are not going to catch up to me at all. So then the people don't slip up by getting stuck on a wall. This is golden. We're now going to go in here. We're going to go to sleep. We get the last for us to find. Did someone clip the bit where I talked about pornography? Fantastic. Well done, you. I'll go download that later. Thank you. That's fantastic. Right. Here's the soul. But that went perfectly. All of the luck has been really perfect today, which is... You can't always guarantee that for a marathon run of Gregory Horror Show. So I'm ecstatic with that. At the point now, I just need to make sure I don't fumble the ball and send it home. So we're almost there. We're almost there. I will really be interested in the time on this one, by the way, because it's probably not a PB, but it's probably close. I think my PB is 1:02, 1 hour 2 minutes. I think. So yeah, let's hope that that's the case. Right, I don't have any eye drops, so I'm afraid you're going to see quite dark corridors, but that can't be helped, I'm afraid. But we will pop a speed up, because we need to go back down to basement floor 3. So, basement floor 3 is just down here. You know the way, you saw me do it earlier. We are going to grab these eye drops, because they've respawned. All of the items around Gregory house pretty much respawn. There's TV Fish, but like I said, TV Fish isn't an antagonistic guest. They won't try and get your soul back from you. We haven't got one to give anyway, but we also don't get a horror show from TV Fish, most importantly. Down we go. Our speed up is going to run out soon-ish, but before it does, we will be picking up another speed up. So the second our speed up runs out, we just open our menu and pop another one. Like I told you, it's much faster to run than it is to spend time unlocking shortcuts and things like that. It should be running out right about now, I would say. Actually, you didn't see it because I got to the stairs in time. But there it is. That's the slowdown. Speed up. There we go. Perfect. Right, off we go again. Right, we're going to meet Judgment Boy Gold now. I'm not sure exactly how the Judgment Boy Society operates, but there is a Judgment Boy Gold who oversees the rest of the Judgment Boys. And we are going to engage in a little quiz about the guests in the hotel. These questions are always in a different order, but they're always pretty much the same. There's like a pool of 6, and there are 5 questions we have to answer. Right.
Always goes to a certain place.
Mummy Papa always goes to the nurse's office because he always thinks that there's something wrong with him. Skip, skip, skip. Boom. These are things that you find out about the guests by spying on them. I think they kind of introduced a quiz about the guests at the end of the game, because it means you then just have to spy on some people to find this stuff out. Catherine wants to go on a date with Hell's Chef. If you go in Catherine's room, you can find posters of Hell's Chef on the wall. She's got a thing for him. Kind of cute. Catherine seems like a punk. Yeah, she is kind of like... Well, she's really into phlebotomy. Like, really, I cannot overstate how much she is into phlebotomy. Which is a fancy word for blood drawing, basically. She likes donuts, by the way. Catherine likes donuts, so... Here we go. The problem is you can't just automatically hammer through these questions, because they are in a different order every time, and even the options change. So that question was, who is Angel Dog arguing with? And the answer is Gregory. Because Gregory always tries to clean when she's watching soccer. I know these things. You will too if you spy on everybody. Right, here's the final question. Oh, Cactus Gunman. He likes to watch westerns, surprisingly enough.
What is he watching? What?
There we go. Boom. Right, so we're going to get the final soul now, and then we're going to hand it over to Death, and Death is going to show us the way out of the hotel. We're almost there. Almost there. Doobie-doobie-doo. Right. Grabbing this soul can be a bit tricky because you can accidentally talk to him instead of grabbing the soul. There are a lot of Judgment Boys around here at the moment. Oh, I got it. Excellent. Cool. Right, now we have to run back to our bedroom, which won't take too long. Oh, no, this way. Here we go. No, next one. Wrong. This one. Misjudged that. Whoops. Anyway, this will return us to the ground floor. And now we're going to run straight back to our room. Easy peasy. Our room is this way. Now, I haven't picked up a map of this floor of the hotel, but there is a map that Gregory gives you if you talk to him. And we don't talk to him because it saves time to not talk to him. But when you're playing casually, you really should, because the map will show you the locations of every single person that you've met. So their little head will be on the map. And quite often when you're playing this game casually, the map is your, like, only friend. Because you constantly are consulting the map to see, okay, who's in the corridor? Who do I have to avoid? And that's how it works. You kind of have to plan your route around people. But obviously on this run, we know exactly where people are at every given time. And we kind of have... Well, it's Speedwood, really. All the credit goes to Speedwood. Speedwood is the one who kind of, like, carved the route, or the route of this run. And as such, we completely avoid everybody else. We never see a horror show. But I think, given the luck today, we should be coming in way underestimates. So I will show you a couple of horror shows right at the very end. Don't worry, it's very quick for me to do that. It won't take me very long. Right. So Death told us that the only way out of the hotel is through the front door, which, to be honest, I feel like we could have guessed that. Welcome, Raiders! Yes, welcome all in. Take a seat. We're playing Gregory Horror Show. We're almost at the end. So, I know it's 2020. I shouldn't be objectifying people. But I am going to say, hubba hubba. That's a lady. That's Gregory's mama. And she is looking good for however many hundreds of years she is old. Wow. He's going to give us a good bonk on the head now. Here it comes. And a million fanfics were born. Right, but before we pass out, we did notice she damaged the door a little bit when she knocked us on the head. Oh my god, no. That's a creepy mouse. It is a very creepy mouse. This is Gregory. There's more than one creepy mouse. There's two creepy mice. Right, this is Neko Zombie. Neko Zombie has been helping us throughout the entire game. And now Neko Zombie appears to us in our darkest moment to spur us on. Don't give up. The perfect mouse exists. Well, I mean, you know, like I said, we shouldn't objectify mice, but I'm going to, because she's pretty. She's a pretty mouse. Right. We're in about part of the basement we've never been to before. You can't access it normally. This is like the end game. But we're going to escape from this part of the basement and find our way back up to the house. So that's what we need to do. First things first, we have to follow this very long, very slow corridor. What we'll find at the end is Gregory Mama's room. We've seen it in FMVs, you know, if you hadn't been skipping FMVs, you would have seen it before. Basically, Gregory Mama has got a whole bunch of souls up there, and she's been huffing them for years. She's been consuming these souls, and in doing so, she's been maintaining that youthful beauty that I was remarking on just a few moments ago. Right, so we need this. Well, we don't need that actually, but we do need this key. That's the most important thing. I think there's a speed up. Is there a speed up here? Oh, right, nuts. I've got too many items. Use that. There we go. I will grab this, because this will speed up the movement through the corridor on the way out. But we can't use it yet. We'll use it in a moment when we open the menu. Because when we come back through this door, we'll have darkness, because we're in the basement. You can get status ailments in this game. I didn't really touch on that, did I? But we've got darkness right now, which means that we can't see so good. But we have eye drops that fix that, and we're also going to use the speed up as well. I also have 2 angel herbs for the final fight, which is massive overkill. Because angel herbs work like fairies in Zelda. When you're holding, if you're holding one when you die, it gives you full life again. So I've got 2 of those. And trust me, the final boss, I'm not going to need 1. So to have 2 is like mega ultra platinum insurance that is really not necessary. Don't know why I've ended up that way. I forget the finer details of the run. I don't know why I have to. I think I was probably supposed to trade 1 for something else. Bold words, I know. Yes, well, let me back them up with some gaming skill. Well, I don't want to curse myself, but like the luck on this run has been fantastic. This might be a PB, I don't know. I think I've messed up in a couple of other areas that have probably cancelled them out, but I had fantastic luck on the Mario Party minigame that's in the middle of this game, where you have to play a board game against the computer that always cheats. Right, bait the bonk 3 times. Wait for a fireball. Okay, bait the bonk 3 times. So, bait, 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 fireball. Okay, once more, bait. Oh, I got caught then. Oh, that's not good. She needs to actually miss 3 times. Fireball. Right, now she'll start doing some longer bonks. Fireball. Right, now she'll do some, like, teleporting and bonking. Yikes! I got stunned. It's okay, it's fine. Right, fireball. Now we should get one more fireball, hopefully. We want her to issue the fireball immediately. If possible. Oh, she missed. Whoa, okay. What? Okay, so the curse of the... That's over if I have an angel hub. So, yes. It turns out platinum insurance is a good thing to have. I had to hit a fireball at this thing. And not me. There it goes. It's okay, it's fine. Jeez, is it warm in here? Oh my goodness. It's okay. Here's my other favourite line of the game. It's when We're coming in a half away from time. I will count it. It's when we lose by walking into the light. When time is over. And I will count us down. This is kind of like an extended running section where we just have to run away. Also, a cold, harsh reality. We came to this reality. Really, we don't want to be in reality. We want to be here in this hotel where everything's kind of a bit weird and a bit scary, but also kind